that's wrong. We are in round 3. Already a mistake on the stream here. All right, we are doing round 3 Swiss, Team USA versus Catalonia. I think this is the first match we're covering here. We are joined by first-time commentator Jaron Wagner. Did I get that right? All right, and we are covering a Martell versus Martell match, Team USA versus Team Catalonia, Mira versus. I just have Varus. I don't know the actual player's name there, but let's go ahead and take a look at these decks here. You can see they're going to queue up the game. This is Mira's Wars to Come deck that's had a lot of success so far. It got pushed to the limits last round, but still made a kind of epic comeback while letting the opponent get to something like 14 power, and then ultimately winning like 18 to 13, something crazy. But it's hard to say, what's a standard Wars to Come deck, but this is the one I've seen a lot of, and Mira has piloted it to great success. On the other side, Martell Wolf, which is kind of like the other very, very common Martell deck that we've seen in this tournament. Team USA is running Martell Wolf as their Mystery Knight, so that shows you how things have changed in perceptions of Martell these days. I think the one weird thing I don't know about in this deck is that they're only running a couple of wards. That's their. I mean, ward's great. It's also the restricted, and for some reason they only chose 2. But
What like they went away from the typical Martell Wolf, just complete attrition, taking characters off the board. I mean, they're only running 2 Ramses, 2 Bolton Flayers, and they added in stuff like Starfall, Carhold, and the Shadow City Bastards to control characters that are in play already.
well, what do you think about all that? I mean, there's Alyssa, there's a Jackin, a couple Last of the Giants, which are that's not totally unheard of in Martell.
I'm concerned that it's going to kind of take away from the attrition that I mean, every time I've played against Martell Wolf, they've just kept the board empty. I don't know what what they're going for with those extra cards that are going to kind of take away from keeping characters off.
Okay, get to play the what's the password game. Good. All right, waiting for Mira here. We'll go back to looking at these decks. All right, we can see.
Mira's superiority should definitely hit a plot though, because he's running, or Vares is running, I think 4 that it'll hit, and the other 3 are not 3 that he'll want to lead off with.
Is that your prediction? Do you think that a Doran's game into superiority, or do you just flip it straight up?
That would be what I would do, but Mira is a much better Martell player than I could ever hope to be, so I'm sure whatever she does is going to be the better play.
All right, so since we have a moment here, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and like where you're from in the country and what your experience is with the game.
I'm from Central Pennsylvania, and of course USA. Been playing like Derek Shoemaker and I have been friends for about 25 years, so we've been playing pretty much since the CCG days, and get a lot of Northeast Championship tours, and some Thronstober was at Worlds this year, so I've played a lot of places, but typically I play Rush.
Okay, looks like Mira's gotten into the game. Got our first. Got. I guess is OK Target Steve Kentrell, right? Or am I? No, that's wrong. Who is OK Target? I'm always forgetting the fake names versus the real names. We have somebody who wants to get some good jokes into chat as we're getting going here.
I'm not sure who that is. I've
Yeah, I'm
seen
trying
the
to
name
remember.
before.
It's right, Buzz Hannon. Sorry, Buzz. Should know that. I'm terrible. Like this is why I don't use aliases, even though it jeopardizes my privacy or whatever. It's like I can just never remember whose special name is for everybody. Like I've got one friend who's used 4 different ones, and it drives me insane. All right, so far, wait, do we know what the Catalonia player's real name is, or are we just gonna call? Uh,
The only thing I've seen is Varies everywhere, so I'm not sure what their real name is.
yeah, for those tracking at home, the timer doesn't kick in until setup is complete. That's what actually starts the match. All right, I see Mr. Ebri in the chat. I think Steven may be joining us for Derek's game later if his meeting doesn't run too long. We'll see. All right. Set up on Mira's side, only 6 gold worth of it. Water Gardens, Rivergate, and a Hota. And we've got Arya and a Shadow City Bastard, but Carhold. Don't think. Does Carhold do anything against Mira in this game?
I think it'll stop her Red Viper. That may be the only
Red
thing.
Viper, and does she have any Knights of the Sun or whatever?
Oh, yes, she does. That was one of the good ways for her to get to victory was Knights of the Sun, since they can't be war.
But it's not going to stop Doran's game, so be the.
No, I don't think it changes what she's going to do at all. She's going to look to control her opponent until she can get a big Doran's.
Well, so we're already seeing secret schemes pop out on turn 1, made possible by the 2 gold on Ricasso. But that, well, the dupe I would say would matter other than we've got, Killer Arya on the other side. Deadly Arya. I don't know. What's the proper nickname for this Arya?
I
No save
don't
Arya?
know. No save Aria sounds good, but yeah, Mira did mulligan, and with only 2 characters on board, I don't know how long Rikasa is going to last, even if no save Aria wasn't out.
Oh, especially when
And
you
there
just.
he's gone right away.
Right. I don't know why you don't have 3 wards. They're really good.
He did at least get use of his bestow once for the draw.
Right. All right, Steven is saying in chat, Carhold stops a number of things from getting power, but because Wolf can attrition you to 0, Mira is not going to rely on power on characters to win anyway. And he's thinking that the line he's got to get Ricasso back, and the and Big Arion may be the line there, the solution. But good start for Catalonia, I would say. But
Yeah,
Dorn being
his
out for Mira
start's
is
pretty good.
nice. That's seeing Dorn early is important.
Yeah, Vares isn't going to rush to any kind of victory, and the card advantage should swing the game in Mira's favor the longer.
And Mira lost the coin flip over initiative, right? That's just why she's going second. Is
Yeah, that looks to be the case. I
yeah,
actually have.
Varys won the coin flip, so okay. As far as intrigue hits Prince's plan, probably the best thing for Mira to get hit because it recurs. That's interesting. Oh, because the right no icons means you can't defend a military challenge.
This is going about how a typical Martell Wolf game seems to go. The board's empty on the opponent.
Yeah, maybe it wouldn't have even mattered as far as turn order. If Hoto was going to die anyway.
Yeah, she passed challenges. She had first chance, so she obviously wasn't interested in winning anything or
Hmm.
forcing anything. So it's looking like there's a lot of good cards for Vari's.
All right, heads on spikes from Mira. Exchange of information.
That's good. Heads on spikes, getting the begging brother out.
I think the bad thing here was is that the venomous blade. Catalonia now has it. So that'll help keep Mira from getting any kind of board. Probably. But Mira's games tend to go a long time, and you can't. With this deck, you can never seem to knock it out until you've gotten that 15th power.
Yeah, I don't know how much she cares about her board right now. She's
Hmm.
just still wanting to get set up and get everything in place for her later.
All right, so save in 5. Going into challenges for Mira. Catalonia's having no trouble with economy here, having seen both 2 Dornish fiefdoms already.
Yeah, right now it's looking pretty good for him, but I fully expect it to turn here in a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that was the thing that happened in the last game is that there were some turns where it seemed like Mira was almost doing nothing. Like typically, like Martell, you see 5 gold held in reserve, and then something is going to happen with that 5 gold, and that may not even happen here. Like it's the schedule for Martell Wars feels a little different.
Yeah, I was just looking through her deck. There's not anything that costs a lot of gold. I don't see much in the way of ambush or anything. So
If it was
events
Hota,
seem to be.
Hota's dead. So,
Yeah, he was the only one I noticed for sure that had ambush.
all right, we're seeing a intrigue swing. Take over for a little bit here. I got to do some stuff in the background.
Okay. Well, that round went about as it seemed like it was going to. 3 unopposed. Mira is able to use Dorn, and then she'll tie for Dom.
I think I posted the wrong matchup on my Facebook post.
Okay, Vari's brought No Save Arya back to hand with the Iron Bank, so he may be looking at, he may be expecting a reset here. And okay, there we go. 3 Desert Raiders from
Wow.
Mira. I was wondering why she chose to go first. Normally, Martell likes to go.
What do you think about why? Yeah, I mean, March from Catalonia seems weird. Other than I don't like, was there just no better choices?
I'm not sure if he really had any better choices. He's got one more March left, 2 resets, and you win or you die. And I don't think any of them were really good choices.
That's right. I forgot. Desert Raider is House Dane. Such a busted card. Other than like Martell needs help. This is such a crazy card. For some like this is just me and it's just dumb opinion, but it always bothers me when like I feel like the overpowered cards in the game should be unique. Like it bothers me when there's a non-unique like Drowned God Disciple or something or Desert Raider that but that's just I guess that is that Nedliness, is that what we call Nedliness? That I care about theme.
Sometimes I just want them to be unique to keep down the power. I know
Mm-hmm.
with the card uh, Derek designed, he that character only worked if he was the only one in play. So I mean, they have kept non-unique's power curve down some in the past, but they don't seem to do that anymore. But Bran Stark could be a problem if Mira can't figure out a way to get rid of him, but I'm sure at some point he'll
Yeah, long
go
way to
off the board.
go. Yeah. It is 9-1. I mean, Martell Wolf has been creeping along, which is what Martell often has to do is rely upon unopposed in order to get their power total up.
I assume right now Varys is thinking about whether he would like to Venomous Blade one of those off, or if he'd rather just sit
Mm,
pat with his 5.
right. Yeah, what would even be the benefit of doing that?
I'm not sure, but I don't know what else he could be really thinking of because he knows that Mira's got all her resets still available, so I'm sure he doesn't want to flood out too.
And the answer is Shadow City Bastard. Okay. Which you can probably hold off with that for a while too. Oh, okay. I can see that being a decision. But doesn't this okay now? Doesn't this really look like Valor Morgulis next turn, or no? By the way, what happened? I'm sorry, I was away. What happened to Arya?
She was returned with the Iron Bank
Mm-hmm.
last turn.
Okay.
I assume Varys was expecting a Valor Morghulis.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right, Ricasso dead. And Intimidate.
Varys should swing up to 12 power here, so getting very close.
Prince's Plan back in hand. Which means what? You can stop the Intrigue Challenge.
Yeah, I would assume that's Mira's plan here. Nope, she lets it go unopposed.
I wonder if she is looking for if this is a way of she wanted the card draw, maybe. Because that did give up a power, right?
Yeah, it's 12 to 2 now.
Yeah, and I guess the problem with like you might normally see like when you do Valor, probably don't need to now, but like Desert Raider actually can be a problem once you're up to 12 power on with your opponent, right? Like some of the Desert Raider power is not as great at this stage of the game.
Yeah, you have to really watch what you're giving your opponent and where you're putting.
Okay, Mira's really thinking about it here. Canceled her plot twice. I think Team USA has. I do not know this especially well, but I think they were looking at the way that the matchups played out here versus Catalonia, and they did not particularly like what they saw.
Well, from what I understand, this matchup they were thinking was in their favor, and I know there were several others that I was told they didn't like, but I never found out what the whole consensus was.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am too. I mean, USA's been 7-2 in the first two rounds. I would just say they're expecting this round to be much more competitive, especially because Catalonia has done really well um, so far also, and then I think the particular matchups there were a number
If I
of problems. Yeah.
if I understand right, I know it's not updated on the site or anything, but I think I was told that CT won his
Fight or
matchup and they
anything,
didn't like.
but I think I was told that.
You still there?
Yeah, I was getting feedback. I don't know what that was.
Oh, hey, I joined and I forgot to mute the stream. Sorry.
Eerie. It's all right. All right, so we've had Mira select her plot 3 times, and we're still waiting for the Catalonia player to choose choose one.
So yeah, we thought this matchup was pretty favorable for Mira, and I still think she has a chance.
It always looks bad in her games.
Yeah, she can use all the Raiders for free because of Carhold, even at a really high power.
That is a very good
Oh,
choice.
good point. Carhold
Very good
stops
call.
it. This is why I need people to help me with the commentary.
Yes, it's not often you see Carhold in
Work
play.
against you. Yeah.
That's a card I shouldn't forget about. I played that at Worlds a lot.
All right, you win and you die on both sides here. Mira wins initiative and has to go first. All right, and then here are the staples. The host the Bone Way. And
Huge.
kind of unfortunately, Dawn is on the Desert Raider.
I don't think it's bad that Dawn's on the Desert Raider because Mira can make a big military and then try to intimidate the intrigues, and then make a intrigue and get a Dorn's game off.
Doran's game's going to be hard with Bran out. I don't think.
Oh yeah,
Bran
Brand definitely a problem.
And Varys is a nice solution to Desert Raiders too, right?
Yeah, that Varys is quite bad. Mira really would have wanted to see Begging Brother here. Ooh, that's nice.
Yes, it's very nice.
And then what we know, Mira has Princess plans, so could put another icon on the Desert Raider with Dawn. You think that's the plan?
Yeah, maybe a power icon. Yeah, you definitely want to get a 2-claim power this turn, so that would totally make sense.
And get a double
Or
intimidate.
the host could also be given a power icon. Although I guess you want, yeah, you would do it on the Raider, I guess, to get intimidate on all 3 chances.
That's right. So we could do 3 intimidates here. So
yeah,
Should actually be 4. But I mean,
and
Grant,
2-claim.
Faris is going to kill 2, so it doesn't. The 2 intimidate right here is going to kneel him out.
can you trigger multiple intimidate on a single challenge?
Not on a single challenge. So, but it'll be
Yeah.
intimidate on the power with Desert Raider, and then intimidate on, or I guess you do intrigue now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I thought, everybody.
He's not going to have
Including you,
anything
Alejandro.
standing.
Just double checking.
Yeah, it just sucks that there's not. I don't think there's a great way to stop this Varys. Yeah, there's no nightmares in her deck. At least the House Dane Escort will come back next turn.
This was overall a pretty good turn for Mira as well. I mean, her opponent played 5-8-2 and isn't getting any challenges, and she's going to win all.
And if the Martell Wolf had Lysa in hand, they could have gotten rid of Dorn because you see that they had a Last of the Giants in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very fortunate for Mira that they didn't have Lysa.
All right, 10-7.
Yeah, so actually,
Varys is going to happen. Like, there's no reason for it not to happen, right?
Yeah. But the good thing is for Mira, while she'll be 3 powered down, she'll have 1 more card, and she has Dorn.
She hasn't used her Water Gardens yet either, has she? So
yeah, so that
in hand.
Oh,
well, she triggered it in challenges, so
yeah, she triggered it but hasn't used it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it just wasn't really necessary.
Yeah.
Had everything she needed.
I think she had it in case Princess plan was necessary, right? Am I thinking Princess Plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ended up being because of Intimidate and such that.
Yeah. House Dane could do the power just fine, and there was no need to.
Actually, Mira probably has a Doran's game in saved because of Bran that she can now play this turn if she's able to marshal out a big intrigue. Like her best setup is probably another host and a Doran's game.
Well, what her problem is, she's only saving 2 cards here, though, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you can save a host and Doran's game, that'll be a nice big intrigue icon, and then the event that actually gets the power. Discarded a host. That may mean she has another host, and the spears, which are good. So she must have a pretty good hand if she's discarding cards like host into the spears.
I'm guessing. I would guess Secret Schemes is one of them. We'll see.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you had to choose between host and Secret Schemes, you might still take host, but Secret Schemes is really good right here.
Yeah. She has all the money she needs. So yeah, if she has a Secret Schemes. Oh, there it is.
I'm glad to see Alejandro agree with me. Or maybe he said that before I said it, and I'm just copying him subconsciously in all things in life.
Oh, okay. More draw.
More draw.
And an entry got gone, importantly.
And still plenty of money.
And the other nice thing about these armies, okay, so Quentin, it's a little scary because Quentin can be warded, as can Begging Brother. That's probably my one concern.
The good news is that there's only one more ward in the deck.
Yeah. The nice thing about Host, too, is that it cannot be warded. Really good. So now Mira has a 9-strength intrigue that can't be warded. That is huge.
Yeah, that last turn and this turn, she seems to have turned it around.
All right, what do you draw?
And now, even if, well, let's see. You could ward the Begging Brother and then Ramsey, worst case.
And that's it.
Yeah. I can close here. That was very bad for Varys. Oh, well. Oh, Begging Brother.
Begging Brother. That's Begging Brother pretty huge there.
Yeah, no. I mean, this is where Varys needed the reward. Like, imagine warding Begging Brother here. It would be huge.
And this comes with the Intimidate.
So Mira gets 5. Mira goes to 13 here and then closes on unopposed power.
Is there anything that Catalonia can draw that can stop it? Because Catalonia still has $4.
But Begging Brother.
Yeah, Begging Brother kind of does this lock it in. Wow. Again, you can never count out Mira with this deck. Was that right? Why did he do power with...
I assume she doesn't. Yeah, the renown.
Yeah.
Oh no, I guess there is no renown.
I was just looking at 3 challenges.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations, Mira.
That's Mira.
And we're going to stop the stream and we're going to switch over to, and then put it right back up, and we're going to switch over to Derek's game. Right? Hopefully he was, well, it's not up yet. So let's actually take a look at that match up. Right, so we've got Derek playing Stark Crossing. And this is against Hansen playing Lanny Kraken. Have you looked?
Lenny?
Yeah, go ahead.
This Lanny Kraken deck, just there's certain things that I just don't understand. Like the King Joffrey, he's only works on marshaling loyal characters. The only loyal characters he has are Joffrey, the Queen's Assassin, and Tyrion, which the Queen's Assassin you're not going to marshal ever, and Tyrion you may, but that's still only 2 triggers the entire game. If you're
Yeah,
just
they
looking,
might be thinking of Joffrey as just like a one-shot event, basically, and not really thinking of it again. I'm not saying that that's correct, but
yeah,
that could be how they're thinking of it.
that's a 7-cost event though. That's the problem with it. Unless, I mean, they do have the Iron Banks, they could remove them or bring them back for 7 gold.
I mean, if you hit the right thing, could be worth it, but yeah, it's a little situational.
This is a game where Derek just wants to win by turn 4 if he can, and if the game ends quick, then Derek.
We're not missing the game here anywhere, are we? There it is. Okay, great. All right, let's take a look at Derek's deck here. Well, we got a second, and I'm gonna stop the stream real quick and then bring it back.